Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, man? Jake from Cincinnati. Is this the guy that wants to talk politics too?
No. That's Simon.
No. Last time it was about the bench press, and you were talking about how my weight was too low.
Your body weight.
Yeah.
Or bench press weight.
No, my body weight.
Well, how tall are you, Jake?
6 foot.
And what do you weigh?
195.
You're not listening very carefully, are you?
Yeah.
Did you think I was
last
kidding?
time you said numbers were pretty decent, though, but
Yeah. You want them to be good or decent? 6 foot, 195. You're a tall, skinny kid.
What were you benching? What
was your body weight last time we talked?
so last time we talked, it was at 195.
Oh, so you hadn't gained any weight at all?
No, it's 205 now.
But you just said 195.
You did say 190.
Yeah,
You said 195.
Last time we talked, it was 195.
So you gained 10 pounds.
10 pounds. It's been about a month, right? A month and a half.
How long has it been since you talked to us?
I think the last time you guys did this, it was, 2 months ago?
Month and a half. Month and a half or
Was
so.
it that long ago?
Yeah, month and a half.
So you gained 10 pounds in a month and a half.
But his lifts were what were your lifts? Remind us.
What are the numbers?
So my deadlift was at 490, and shortly after talking to you guys, I hit 510.
Mm-hmm.
Squat was 470,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up hitting 490.
Okay.
And bench was the one that I was talking about. That I thought was shitty, but it ended up hitting a 315 PR, so 15-pound PR.
Okay.
So Jake, what do you want to do? You want to be big and strong, or you just want to look good in your clothes?
Right.
Well, no, serious question. What do you want to do?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm trying to compete at the national level within the USPL.
USPO, is that a powerlifting thing?
USAPL. That's probably
No, the USPL or the US.
USAPL.
Well, figure out, because you just named 3 different federations. Which one do you want to compete in?
The US APL.
USAPL, right?
Okay.
You see where they disqualified some guy out of a meet a couple of months ago for
not wearing a mask.
Not wearing a mask on his third attempt.
Yeah.
They threw him out of the meet for not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Why would you want to?
No, they didn't throw him out of the meet. They
just
disqualified
disqualified the
his
attempt?
The total, I think, is what they did.
Well, if they
Didn't
disqualify your total, they're throwing you out of the meet.
Well, yeah,
Did
no,
they
no,
ban
yeah.
him for a few meets too?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, what a bunch of chickens!
No, but
Shit,
nobody had the balls to
motherfucker.
tell him to leave the meet, is what I'm saying. They let him finish the whole meet, and they said, your total's no good.
Because of the squat that took place 4 hours previous
Right.
to the
Yeah.
to the deadlift.
God.
That's a bunch of despicable human beings. God Almighty! Why don't you get a different Jake? Why don't you like throw the shot or something useful? You know, you ever thought about that? Learning how to throw. It's actually athletic. It's
I played a little bit of college baseball, so I'm a real competitive kid.
How old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
You can go to track meets. There are open track meets that don't depend on you being varsity someplace. Learn how to throw the hammer, something cool like that. I've always wanted to learn how to throw the hammer. Of course, I'm too old now, but throwing the hammers, that's a cool fucking deal, man. Just kind of have equipment.
They wouldn't let us do it in high school.
Well, that's because you kill people
Yeah.
with the damn thing. You got to have the right amount
It's just college
You
and
got to
up.
have fencing, and everything.
Right.
You've got to have protective equipment. Or you'll
Well, we had
destroy
discus.
all the cars in the parking lot.
We had discus and shot, but no, they didn't have hammer.
Hammer's just too much acceleration.
Yeah.
If you let go of the thing at the wrong place in that swing, anybody in the area is going to be dead.
Yeah.
That's why it's cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I think you ought to learn how to throw the hammer, Jake. I wouldn't grace the USAPL with my presence. If they're going to behave like that, then
Yeah, I know, but just like you talked about before, like they're the only place that really judges depth.
they are the only place that judges depth.
Legitimate competition at this point.
Yeah, they are. But what I'm saying is there's other ways to be competitive than giving them your money. You know, I mean, this is shameful behavior. It's absolutely shameful behavior. Not only does it not make any sense, you know, the way they conduct their meets, where they tell you up off of the, you know, they leave the thing on your chest for 5 or 6 seconds while you know, obediently wait on the goddamn press command and, you know, stupid shit like that. But if they're going to disqualify a lift for something that had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the lift, but had only to do with presidential electoral politics, then don't give them your money. Do not participate. Do not. It's like, you know, I'm not voting in the next election. Why would I want to legitimize the process by participating in the damn thing? And this is the same thing you're faced with. You just have to look at the net activities of USAPL and decide if you want to participate or not. You know, you don't necessarily only look at whether you want to power lift. I understand you want to lift weights. I lifted weights. I competed in USPF. Nobody in the USPF ever dreamed of doing something stupid like that. You know, but at some point there's a bigger question involved. And I know it's hard to see that when you're 21 and stuff, but I'm just saying, look, you know, you're into training for strength. You're a tall kid. You're built like a thrower. You know, you need to get your body weight up to probably 225. If you're going to throw at 6 foot, 225 is a good body weight for that. But you got long arms. You probably got good levers for throwing. Find somebody to show you the throws. And you'll have a hell of a lot more fun in those meets than you will being preached to about steroids and shit by the USAPL, because that's their only purpose in life. They are still the American Drug-Free Powerlifting Association. DBA USAPL. You know that, right? They are the American Drug-Free Powerlifting Association. They've never cared about anything except that you don't do any Dianabol. That's their whole purpose for existing. Always has been.
Which people do anyways.
Which people do in their federation anyway. Yeah, sure. And so the whole goddamn thing is a farce. And if I were you, my advice to you, all right, here, let's back up. My advice to you is to do what I told you to do before and gain a bunch of body weight. You're 6 foot tall. You're 21. You're not fat. You need to take advantage of the fact that you're 21 years old and can grow and get strong. And yeah, your lifts are kind of shitty, but they're going to stay that way at an artificially light body weight. And at 6 foot, 205, that's an artificially light body weight for an athlete that's 6 feet tall. And then I would invite you to think outside the box. Powerlifting is not your only competitive expression. All right? You can Olympic lift. You can throw. So you need to be thinking along those lines and quit limiting yourself to the easy shit, going to a USAPL meet. Yeah, it's beneath your dignity. It should be, and that's what I'm telling you. Does that help?
There really are better competitive outlets. Look, especially if you're 21. Like a guy who's
learn to do anything.
A guy who's 60 or 50 or late 40s or something, who's not interested in learning a bunch of new skills. A strength lifting meet, something like that is a great idea. But if you're 21 and you've been competitive in high school or college and you want to keep being competitive, Rip's advice obviously is the way to go. There's other, don't forget there's MMA and boxing and jiu-jitsu.
There's all kind of stuff.
And at your age, you've got, now's the time to start that kind of stuff.
Right. Look, you just want to compete. You don't want to compete in powerlifting necessarily. You just want to go to a meet. I understand that. But don't lower yourself to the USAPL. Don't do that. It's like doing business with the North Koreans. There's some shit you don't do. All right? Thanks for the call.
Good luck, Jake.